This one writes, should I delete my ex's social medias and move on? Super common one I see is like they're thinking about the ex and how do I not be jealous or how do I not think about them? And one of the ways is to delete social media because oftentimes it's like when we're reminded or we see like our ex or like the happy things that the ex is doing, or if they're with someone else now, it's like when we're just constantly reminded of that through social media, it often just kind of reignites that constant thinking about them, and it is a very important thing to just kind of eliminate that and not see them constantly. Sometimes it's a difficult thing to do, and sometimes it's like once you, especially if you are like new out of a breakup, or in a situation where they have somebody new, then it can hurt, So it's like sometimes we'll try to, when we feel those hurt feelings, it's like we have that somewhat desire to kind of seek out and see what they're doing. And so, I would say that it would be pretty effective if you are trying to move on from this person to delete their social media, or at least just click like the unfollow so you don't see their posts. But probably a more effective way is if you can actually find someone better, So, because if you can find somebody better, then it's like, well, why would you go to back to the ex? That'd be kind of like a downplay. I recognize that there's usually like emotional connections and emotional investments over like long-term relationships, but still, I mean, it helps a lot when you can succeed with somebody else and you feel content with yourself. Um, Another strategy is to kind of just look at things objectively. Um, so it's almost like you distance yourself, and this comes from really like the Dalai Lama. It's like he talks about distancing yourself from problems, and so it's like in his meditations, what he does is he sometimes take the problems that are so close to him, and he gets in that meditative state, and then he almost observes it from a distance. And when he can observe like the situation from a distance, it doesn't make him like emotionally attached to the situation or to the emotion or whatever you're experiencing. And when you can look at things objectively, then you can kind of react, or not so much react, but really make your move in really a strategic way. And also you can recognize that, hey, that emotion is actually in my life for a reason. So even though I'm missing this person, it's just really communicating to myself that, hey, I just need some kind of connection, or hey, I'm really in a sense of uncertainty right now, because it's like my identity was really connected to that other person, and now it's not, because now I'm not with them. And it's like my brain's telling me that I need to basically find or form a new identity, and that actually gives me an opportunity to really create the new person that I really want, through the habits, through the choices, through the actions that I take, and who I become as a person in this newness. Because it's like when we enter into senses of uncertainty, that's usually where the growth is. So, yes, deleting their social media might be effective, but also knowing that really everything in your life does happen for a reason, and that you are guided. There's something in there you that's just guided, and life happens for you, not to you. If you can adopt those things, you can just approach life in a more productive way that kind of leads you to really progress, growth, contribution, and ultimately a more fulfilling life.